Welcome back, you interplanar homewreckers, to another exciting day of Let's Playing Aidyn Chronicles. I am Chezni, your host, the Gloom Slayer. Get it? Because Gloom Slayer, it's like Doom Slayer, only, yeah, okay, well, we'll move on to what we have on the schedule for today, which is the exploration of the rest of Ugarit, in addition to, hopefully, at some point, talking to King Zaratas. Oh, right, we were doing our very, very terrible Russian accent for these characters. Good day, fair Jundar. I am honored. I can't even remember how to do a Russian accent. I am honored by the visit of a foreign emissary. What news is there in Ugarit, fair lady? How clever of you to find the secret door inside the desert chasm, human. Unless surely you did not solve the riddle. Do you wish to make a purchase, boy, or train? Alright, so we did solve a riddle. I don't know what she was talking about something in a desert cavern? Can't quite remember exactly what she said. Wait a minute, we've already talked to this chick. Let's get out of here. Apparently we went the wrong way. We'll need to orient ourselves. Figure out, well, a couple things, really. Which direction did we go? We went into a library and read a bunch of books, right? Let's, really quickly just... Wait, is this the same lady? Hold up here. Let's just talk to this person. Gosh darn it! Hang on. Okay. That menu is bright. Does this person still have the same gear? No, this is our bow lady. All the tents in Ugarit look the same. Surely we travel this way. Was it at the end of the walkway that we ran into the library? Ugh. And this is where we already were, yeah. Alright. Guess we'll just strike out in this direction. I thought for sure we were at the end of some walkway, we found the library, and then there was all kinds of fanciness, right? Okay, I don't know if we've been in here before. Seems like a bard's headquarters. Now, we have been here because the library is right here. Right? I hope. Yeah, okay. So we just need to take the stairs and get out of here. Sorry about that. I don't think there are any other passages. Here's a set of stairs going down. They're as good as any other, I suppose. Wow. Look at this. This is actually kind of nice. I think we saw this walkway from outside of Ugarit, didn't we? Oh, it looks like that guy's gonna give us trouble. Take a look around at some of the scenery before we talk to him. We have this neat little crystal thing. Looks like they've cultivated a small garden filled with foliage. A rarity in Ugarit. Surely a sign of wealth and power. Alright, we'll talk to Mr. Grumpy Pants here. May I have a word? At last, you humans are visiting us again. Perhaps it is time hope for peace. What is it like to be a guard in this ancient city? It is pleasant and worthwhile to serve the great Zaratas. He'd like you, human. Fascinating. Thanks for your time, good Jundar. Odd. Most of the Jundar seem to think that we're lesser creatures, yet this guard seems to think that Zaratas will enjoy our company. Perhaps we shall find out if he is correct or not. But yeah, we were at the outside of this. I believe, yeah, over there on that little path, we walked behind the city and saw the Great River, or whatever you want to call it. We also were over there where the secret entrance to the city is found. So it's all coming together. This should be the very end. This is pretty. Huh. Quite magical. May I have a word? At last, you humans are visiting us again. Perhaps there is hope for peace. What would it like to be? Oh, this is just the same dialogue we got. Hello, it's good to see you. Okay, it looks like this person has something different to say. May I have a word? Hello. How strange to see a human. It is good. What is it like to be a guard in the city? I petitioned Zaratas to let me go out to the barrow, but he refused. Have you been there? Have you seen the restless spirits? Fascinating. Thank you for your time, good Jundar. Yeah, we saw those spirits, didn't we? There has been word of you in town. What word? Last week, I met a lore master on the street of the Eastern Star. She told me you had crossed the Great Desert. I wonder if that was Shola. Next, I come upon a seer at the Palace of the Fourth Orb. He said you visited the tower of this necromancer, and that it is gone. The Dryads may have helped you through the Jundar Gate. You know, we equipped that amulet, but we didn't actually, nothing assisted us. The Dryads did not assist us to entering through the gate. Later I heard rumors. A voyage to Chaos Isle. Hey, it is called Chaos Isle. Well, we've been calling it Chaos Island, but close enough. They say you spoke with Crawdaw and knew him in his last days. Captain, what you hear is true. The Necromancer is defeated. The Great Namer who sent me to Ugarit is dead. Yeah, I kind of want to boast about us killing the Necromancer, so we'll tell him that the Necromancer is defeated. Then evil follows you. Such is the trap for those with souls. I bring no evil here. Instead, my battles earn consideration. Go to Zaratas on my behalf. Ask him to see me in the Great Hall. Who will send a squire to Ugarit? I'll tell the Emperor himself what help I need. Captain, what you hear is true. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess we'll just say the Great Namer sent us then, since they're our only option. This is sad news. We mourn Crawdaw well, with Bowden, Ardra, and all the customs of a master wizard. He was a great spirit. Now, ooh, I feel like it was a great spirit. Not that you would know, Jundar, since you don't have one. You can't see me in the camera, but I'm elbowing a non-existent person. Now I finished the quest he planned for me. Yeah, and what is that? My words are for the Emperor only. It is fearful sign when a human will not say what he wants, especially in Ugarit, where suspicion and mistrust of humans is at its height. I'll have the guard direct you to the gate. Give me your name, and I tell you your destiny. They call me, awkward, we don't have a name. They call us Alaron? Are you so suspicious you think I know? That was pretty edgy. It's just, what, you think I know? That's funny. They call me Triple Dot. Alaron, that much is known. What happened at the tower? I need to see Zaratas. You did spend days in Terminor and learned the legend of Maxen Ruin. Ah, I think that confirms it. The ruins outside Terminor must have been Maxen. Why ask me that? Their legend haunts us here. Yeah, because remember the weird looking door in the ruins? That definitely was Jundar architecture. I mentioned this, and even as I mentioned, you look away. Are you so suspicious? You think I know? We'll go with, why are you so suspicious? I have done service in city called Maxen. You know the place. A city bright as Ugarit. Now chaos is unchallenged ground. Where music was, now groans are heard. No sun or breeze, but endless mist. Maxen is total desolation. I wouldn't go that far, buddy. It was like one building. there was like a bandit there and maybe one chaos creature outside the front gates. or what may have once been the front gates. There was not that much going on there. Why? What brought evil down on them? Alright, well, we don't know our name, so you think I know? What caused Maxon is known. The cause of the ruins is seen to all served, to all who fled, to all who studied counselors. So how are we to trust such madness? That such madness cannot happen here. Do not bring prophecies to Ugarit. If Zarathus will not see me, I will go elsewhere. Or, do you think anyone can stop that? Well, we're not going elsewhere, so we'll go with the second option. What wrecked Maxon will wreck much more without your help. And human, Jundar, or Morari, what will come hard, and will ruin all of us together. Your words struck deep. We must use more than words. Then the meeting will be brief. I will announce you in the council. Zarathus will be on his throne. Be true in your appeal to him. Cool. If we talk to him... No. Now you alone may see the Emperor. Alright, let's go up the Emerald Path. It's actually super cool. Look, we have shooting stars in the background. What appears to be a floating path up into the sky itself. Or should I say space? Alaron in space! Alright, now I have to try to do a different... we'll do, I don't even know if I can do an old man Russian. My Russian is not even that good to begin with. Welcome. I am Zarathus, Emperor of Jundar and outlying lands. If custom would affect you, then stand easy and share words with me. Great Emperor, I am Alaron. I introduce myself with many compliments to you and your glorious palace. But don't forget to pay your respects to Star Magic. These Jundar walls shine like the sun and stars. I see this is the chamber of unequaled power. Ooh. Sweet voice, Alaron. Your words are generous and duly noted. This radiance you admire is a favor Jundar turns upon the wheel of the skies. Stars shine down upon us. We send our greatness back to them. Within these walls, all Jundar minds grow luminous. Therefore, I must ask, why are you here, so far from the home of all Grania? Who are you, and what issue could impress such a wide journey? Great Emperor, I will not tire you with history. Did Crodor send you? In a way, but it is my exploits that should raise an interest. My battles and achievements should do more than paint me well. O's and A's are so hard to tell the difference between in this font. Your deeds are known. Why did you come? Zarathus, for all travels there is still a power I lack. What power, youthful Alaron? We Jundar hardly know you. Your legend's new and barely told. If there's anything you lack, why don't you take it? You seem blessed with all abilities. Fight a goblin, cross a desert, spill out some secret long forgotten by the dragons. Zarathus, I'm flattered by your confidence. What I lack is still beyond my skills. That's why I crossed the desert here to you. No, I am sure there is a human custom which allows for giving here and there, and anywhere. But it is not the Jundar way to hand out destinies to human lords. Whatever power you seek, it is up to you. Rewards are best earned by yourself. Think fast, Alaron. This Emperor is about to turn you down. I'm getting that feeling too. I seek no simple gifts, Zarathus, nor easy power, nor golden treasure here in Ugarit. I ask another favor, one that's my right by birth, one all good people share. Accept yourself. I'll ask you plainly, great Emperor of all Jundar. Cast the spell and name me with my one true name. I see the prophecy is true. An accident. Be quiet, and keep your distance from the innocent people of the city. Come near me, my boy. As you wish, great ruler. Good king.
How dare you enter Ugarit without a name?
Where else could I go?
I will not name you.
You must do it.
Don't you realize what you're playing at? A name, and I will...
Wait. Oh.
And will there be anything else? Come, tell me, fearless Alaron. No more requests? The Book of Knighthood? The Relic of the Astral Seers? What other gifts can I deposit in that ragtag sack of yours?
Just the name, Zeratus. That's all I ask.
What are you thinking? You think you come here into my hall to laugh at me? Or terrify my guests? Are you really so humanly unaware?
I need a name.
I could give palaces and territories. I might consign an army to your liege. There are heaps of starry jewels and Jundar carvings in my holdings. Deft am I in all these services. But as any Jundar knows, a name I cannot do. A name is not so easily done. The key to the elemental ways is deep and huge.
So I love that all of these Jundar writings lately have just been capitalizing all of the random words. I don't think it means anything. Also, I'm a little confused as to why he says the key to the elemental ways is deep and huge. The key to the elemental? As far as I know, this is just naming magic, straight and forward. But Crawdaw...
The man is dead. You humans did not do well to lose your master namer. He was the well of the ages, and the path back even to Aluld.
Aluld, of course, being the dragon.
Now only Roja has the power to name.
The dragon? Wait, Roja is a dragon?
Thank the stars, you do know something. The name is what you seek. Find Roja and petition there.
Where would I find him?
Where? My boy. I'll have the guard escort you to the street.
Say where?
Simple Alaron. Always the child. Give me this, tell me that. Don't you know that in Jundar, even tiny men must pay their way? You want to know about Roja? Prove your worth. Give me an answer. Nothing hard. A mere diversion for one confident as you.
Why are they capitalizing the most random words? The capitalized answer, capitalized diversion, capitalized confident. It's driving me nuts. An answer to what?
Very well. I'll ask you. This question lingers in my mind. I have it from a survivor of the Maxan plagues. Poor man. He was a grim and bitter fellow. Jundar philosophers wondered many years at its true meaning.
Just ask the question.
I will. This Maxan, gasping in the street.
Wait, gasping in the street?
Reached out to take my robe and put to...
Wait, what? Now they're talking about Maxan as if he's a real person.
Great Emperor, the thing that ties you to yourself, ties you to 3 worlds. Which are these?
Is that so hard to know?
You catch its secret. Well then, Alaron, brave voyager, knower of puzzles and entrapments, please, enlighten me.
The soul would bind you to yourself, Zeratus. The soul would tie you to your body in this world, and to your spirit on the magic plane.
Yes, everybody knows this. The world at hand, the magic plane. But that's just 2. The riddle calls for 3.
The soul would also bind you to all others in a realm beyond these 2.
But
we all are bound together somewhere, Emperor. Does this answer you?
That's it? Together? That's all? What a typically human answer.
What were you expecting from a typical human such as myself?
Now listen, Squire.
Does my reasoning seem roundabout to Jundar ways? To an old begrudging king who understands his one heart only?
Boy, don't compare yourself with me.
You have no ties to others, Zeratus. You have no soul, yet you are caught as well. This is no time to measure information like a miser counts his gold. I solved the riddle, give me my reward. Where do I find the dragon?
Boy, or knight, you are a menace. You are no longer...
Oh, sorry.
The longer you stay in Ugarit, the longer we Jundar are in danger.
Only I can end the danger. Give me a direction, Zaratas.
You've solved the riddle. I'll tell the dragon's place, but success or failure is up to you. Si Roja.
How?
You'll need the golden horn. The dragon is held in the Kainan relic. When the horn is played, Roja may grant requests.
Even a name?
A name is dangerous. The ceremony burns great powers. Yet as you say, we find ourselves in the danger always around. So take a western route. The horn is in the barrow. Cross the desert and even further. Avoid Maxon. Stay west. In time you'll see a stoneworks on the horizon. Approach the hill. The barrow stands in many levels. You want what's underneath. Observe all markings. Be sure to deal with the 7. When you move to put the relic in your grasp, be sure Lugosh is destroyed. Know the horn will sense when you are near.
What else should I know?
You can imagine the rest. This is an ancient charm. There will be spirits, monsters, and...
Just monsters?
Isn't that enough? Well, since you insist, the legend says an undead king guards the Kainan treasures. He will not welcome your approach. But what do you care? You like challenges, don't you? Then know this. The Dread King will not manifest unless you defeat his 7 guardians. Look to the stones.
I'll find the horn.
Terrible Alaron. Unnamed human. What a day this is.
I enter the barrow, I see the king. I take the horn.
Then bring it back to me, and I'll advise you further.
If this is a trick...
What trick? I have no need to trick you. The task you take on is hard enough. Yet I see you still fail to trust. Seek out the human, then, who dwells in the Great Canyon. One of ours, Shola, by name, cares for the old hermit. He knows of what I speak. Seek the canyon entrance to the northwest of our great city. I see by your face you still think me a trickster, but you can discuss that among yourselves. Go back to the inn and decide what you will, but do not dream of returning until you have what is required.
Oh my goodness. I thought that guy was never going to stop talking. May I have a word?
You solved the ancient riddle. Well done.
What is it like to be a guard in the city?
I am always grateful for company.
Fascinating. Thanks for your time, good Jandar. Is this Zaratas? No, just another guard. He'd rather be a shopkeeper. Alright, so after that conversation, that was quite a lot of information to just sort of digest all at once, but apparently we're supposed to go to the barrow to obtain the Horn of Kainan, which must have been that golden horn in the tapestry that we saw, because inside the horn itself lies the dragon Roja, and Roja might actually have the power to grant Alaron a name. I did find Zaratas to be largely unhelpful and quite judgmental. I understand that he doesn't have a spirit, so that probably alienates him from humanity in general. I don't think we came in here. Probably alienates him from humanity in general. I was very confused because now I'm not sure whether or not Maxon is a person or a city. Perhaps we shall get our answer. Oh wow, there's stone tablets here. Apparently we can't read them. They're just here. I keep walking towards all of them as if I expect something different. Oh, it's the sunk cost fallacy. We've already done the other ones. We have to do this one. Alright, so apparently this is just a room of nothing. And I'm a touch lost. Are these 2 different doors? Maybe. Let's try this way. Nope, same door. Just on a corner. We have that door, we have that passageway. Let's try this cloth door. I see, so there were just two entrances into the same building, leading to that starred chamber with the stone tablets that we can't read. Well, we have our quest. Let us set out in the spirit of adventure and get that horn. Shouldn't be too hard. He gave us all those instructions on how to get there, but we already know how to get there. Just go above the U in Ugarit. No need to complicate things. Although I did enjoy his directions. I believe they were quite accurate. He said, go east until you hit some ruins, and we found those ruins. The stone walkway and such. I believe I commented on, wondering what it was. What did he mean about Maxon grabbing onto his robe and trying to say something? Maxon apparently seems to be the human who lives in the desert. Is he the blind one that people keep talking about? Oh wait, Shola. We should try to talk to Shola. I don't know if she'll actually be there. But yeah, let's go see if she knows where Maxon is. Since apparently she's the only other Jundar in the entire city with a name. Also, I don't know if this was intentional or not, but all of the Jundar guards are men, and it seemed like all the shopkeepers, except that one who taught Godric thief, were women. Alright. You know what we're supposed to do. I've heard stories of ancient instruments that could communicate with their owners. I never thought they were true, though. But even if the horn is for real, Zeratis didn't tell us anything at all about the monsters there. Some of what I read in the Ugarit library had to do with this thing in the barrow. It was all very oblique and mysterious, though. Yeah, that's an understatement. Let's press onward. Let's go back and read those books again. We should probably see a trainer before we set out. Let's just press onward. I think we're ready. There's no sense in putting off what has to be done. We are here to talk to Shola. I was a little surprised that wasn't an option. I don't even remember what voice we were doing. Are you here to seek my aid? In a way. Do you have any advice? He who hesitates is lost. You think I should take the Emperor's challenge? Oh wait, this is just the same thing she said last time. Okay, so apparently we talked to Shola before we even got the Emperor's quest, and so any useful information that she could have given us is long gone in the past. We no longer possess the options to even ask her. That's okay though, the Black Portal Gate is our destination. We shall set out. Wasn't much to do in Ugarit, to be honest. The shops were a little lackluster, and it was nice to enter into the city and get to see everything, but aside from talking to Zeratis and Shola, there really wasn't anything else to do. I suppose the same could be... Well, no, the same couldn't be said about Terminor. Terminor had a lot going on. Pome burning down, survivors flooding into the cities, or refugees, rather. A random woman dying by walking off camera. That was the best. Alright guys, so we need to go... I think I said east, but it was actually west, wasn't it? We need to go west to the U in Ugarit. I don't know if going up this is actually a good idea. It might not be. We might have to just go all the way back down when we get to the top. Oh, or we could just fight more things. That's cool too. Oh, random battles lost their luster about 15 episodes ago. And that's being generous. I think, in a way, it's almost worse that they're scripted. I don't know. It's not... Because they aren't technically random battles, are they? They were all placed purposefully in the world. There's just so many. While we're out, we gotta pick up a t-shirt for that guard, though. We'll just have it say, "You should go back." I missed that guy. He was fun. Zeratis, not so much. Zeratis, largely unhelpful. I cast Dragon Flames because I'm too lazy to aim. It's never a good idea. Rocking that 6 damage. But okay, so I mean, analytically speaking here, what other clues did Zeratis give us? He said, make sure that Lugash was put to rest before blowing the horn. So I think we have to, we have to open up the 7 keys or whatnot, defeat all the liches that, I don't know where we were moving Rita there, defeat all the liches that appear out of the tombs, which seems like it should be fairly easy. Make sure that Lugash is dead, and then blow the horn. You don't suppose the horn was the treasure of Lodin, do you? Okay, we came up here for a pouch containing a single dexterity potion. How quaint. No, we really came up here for this view. Enough of that. Let's get out of here. So the question is, do we attempt to locate Maxon? Can we even locate Maxon without the guidance of Shole? I wouldn't even know where to go find him in this mess of a desert. Do we have to find him? It seemed like they implied that we would need to. But I mean, oh my goodness, I don't even know. This desert is just huge. Tell you what, let's get into this random fight first. Let's go to the Barrows, see if we can do anything there, and if we can't figure it out, we'll go looking for this Maxon fellow. This blind one of the desert. You know what? We know Wall of Bones. We invested in Wall of Bones. Oh. Oh, right. We learned Web of Starlight. I was confused there for a moment. Nice. Nice. Might as well just let Alaron fight this fight. Oh, gosh. Why is Wall of Bones so glitchy? Hang on. Okay, let's try this again. Maybe this time the game will grace us with allowing us to use our magic. Hooray! So golems are one of the creatures out here who are immune to all of our shenanigans, aside from Wall of Bones, of course. We can't control them or dismiss them or banish them, I think it's called. And when they do hit, they tend to hit pretty hard. Okay, we're gonna do another safety save. Do we just have to do this every time we cast Wall of Bones now? Seems like we're good. Seems like we dispatched those ones fairly quickly. Those other ones that we ran into, was it last episode? Must have really been giant golems. I feel like they took a lot longer to take out. Man, this looks tricky. Do we have a way to get down there? This almost seems like a house or something. Like that, the roof of a house? I know I said we were gonna go straight to the barrow, but what if this was Maxon's house? Oh, come on. There's something definitely down there. Oh, alright, a single one. Let's see here. Why can we not cast? So, okay, so this guy is too big. He is indeed a giant golem, confirmation of the existence of them. Apparently the wall of bones is not castable on this thing. I think Web of Starlight has a contingency of it only works on human-sized monsters or smaller. Perhaps this same limitation exists with Wall of Bones and won't work on the golem because he's too big. It's a rare day when Godric lands a hit. Wow. I wonder if golems are easy to hit. Yeah, everyone's gaining strikes here. Gaining strikes. Successfully striking. Thank goodness there was only one of them. Alright. You know, I think we should go and see if we can get down there somehow. Oh, treasure. Oh, there, 1,000 gold, okay. Gold really is kind of just a meaningless reward at this point. What could we even possibly spend it on? I love that they try to charge us 50 gold at the inn, as if that is expensive somehow. Ugh. We just fleed from this. Alright, so instead of fighting that golem, let's instead follow this route that exists below us by... how, though? I guess we just go this way and keep following the edge of the chasm until inevitably we find a way down? There's a big wall sectioning us off from this next part. You would assume that this Maxon fellow is hidden away somewhere in the desert, right? The desert is relentless. It is the smallest of consolations that I keep hoping that by killing these things once, we don't have to fight them again later. Because at this point, there is no reason for them to be here. We are converting time into character stats that we don't even need. I think the only person who even remotely could make use of them is Godric. Which, to be fair, I suppose we should be a little thankful for. We need to boost everyone's before the final fight of the game. You don't have to, it's not mandatory, it just makes things easier. More winnable, more guaranteed to not lose a party member. Gotta get geared up to fight Pachangarat. That's a great name, Pachangarat. It's fun to say. Give it a try if you're alone. If you're in an office, maybe take a miss. Maybe think twice before you start uttering Chaos Demon's names. Well, I don't know, maybe that's proper culture for your business, and if so, you probably work at a great place. Or a terrible place. Maybe both at the same time. I mean, even the inflated EXP that we get from these scorpions is not enough to bring happiness to the situation. It definitely kind of feels like the game is just running on its last legs, though. Especially considering that... Oh, right, we really need to give Alaron some stamina. Considering we have ran into a couple new creatures here in the desert with the sandworms, I believe were new. We'd ran into the Dust Devils like once or twice before, but they seem much more common out here. But by and large, these are just reused old monsters, and they're just having a cycle through them. I suppose if somehow you made it to this part of the game and you desperately needed EXP, like somehow you just had not leveled up any of your characters because you'd skipped every other fight by stealthing through all of them, you could then fight these monsters. That's just such a ridiculous scenario, though. I mean, unless you are a speedrunner, you're probably not skipping every single monster in the game. No, I think these monsters exist because there was nothing else they could do to add content. I don't even say that in a mean way, I just mean as, you know, that's the only thing I can think of. Like this, we're just scraping the bottom of the barrel here. That's so negative. Let's lighten up the mood. Let's talk about some good things. Well, for starters, this desert is huge. And while I can't stand the incessant, constant random battles, there's a lot to explore here. Although we are at the gate again. See that in the distance? The old gate is there, so perhaps this desert is a little smaller than I thought. It probably is if you're not running into battles every couple steps. I'm so sorry, guys. You're probably like, Chezni, we get it. You hate random battles. Can you please talk about anything else? Okay, I'll try. I'll really try. How big was the desert in Ocarina of Time? It was pretty big, but it certainly wasn't this size. Oh, getting a cinematic. That's unexpected. Godric? Alaron! Say, kid, what are you doing here? I guess we're in total synchronization. I wouldn't say total. Nonsense. Welcome to Ugarit. Thanks. And where have you been? The question is, Alaron, what was I saying? You were saying the question is. Oh, you want to know what happened? I'm a little confused at this. This seems to be them trying to implant Godric into the party again. They already tried this back in Terminor. I don't know, is this another, you know, Godric joins the party cinematic? We say, why don't you tell me later? I didn't think you'd have the time for a lot of questions, or I have no idea. Well, let's just say I have no idea. I was at the gate, kid. It was the gate all... what? It was the gate all along? What? I don't even know if this is English anymore. I'm just going to go with it because it's Godric. Yeah, it was the gate all along. I don't need an Inferno flask at all. I need a disembodied kind of immortal power. I get that voice they got up there to trigger the frame. You're going to see some serious plane collision right here in Ugarit. I don't know what he's talking about at all. I'm not sure, Godric, or you need a voice to trigger the frame? Yeah, let's go with that one. Not a voice, the voice. I've thrown all my other equipment into the sand, finito. So, will you help me? Are you telling me you can't build the frame without that voice? Or we could say, okay, what do we have to do? Yeah, let's go with that one. I guess we'll help Godric out. I think Zeratus is running the whole show. Sun, sand, right down to the voice. So, can you get me into the palace? Godric, we were already at the palace. Alive? Well, that's how I pictured it, yeah. But it's tricky. You'll have to get past the captain. He'll announce us to the Emperor. Sounds risky, Godric. Is he armed? Yeah, with strength, anger, hostility, and arrogance. I advise a strong and silent approach. Well, then we better get started. Just get me inside. I can take it from there, kid. I don't know what that cinematic was about. All of these cinematics seem to be very, very out of place. Yes, there were the occasional moments in Aidyn that you could trigger something that you probably shouldn't have been able to trigger at some point or another, but Ugarit definitely takes the cake. They covered their butts a little bit with the last cinematic with Godric, you know, playing it off that the reason he was acting as if he was going to join your group was because, well, it's Godric and he's crazy. But that whole cinematic doesn't make any sense after having gone to the city. We talked to Shola, and Shola didn't make any sense because we hadn't talked to Zeratus yet. A lot of this is just really uncoordinated. I'll forgive Aidyn Chronicles for a lot, but it's harder to forgive them for that one because that sort of breaks apart the cohesiveness of the world. Which, to be fair, I mean, you know, janky, rough around the edges, sure, but in general, Aidyn Chronicles provides a pretty decent world, or at least one that you feel able to suspend your disbelief in, to a certain degree. I'm really hoping the path we're on takes us to that under part of the ravine. I'm hoping. I think these fights aren't really helped either by the fact that kind of only two of our party members are actively fighting. It's mostly just Rita and, Alaron and Brenna. Although with resistances like that, we might have to actually start throwing other characters in. It would probably be better if, certainly if Godric knew Fireball, but probably also it shouldn't be incumbent upon the player to have a party of 4 elemental casters that all know the same spell. These guys are being very resistant. With 4 more in tow, we might as well put Brilliance on everyone. 4 more skeletons in tow, that is. It takes forever, but so does watching the skeleton resisted spell message, so. Why are there skeletons in the desert? Well, why is there anything anywhere, I suppose, could be the question. Perhaps the skeletons are suggestive of the decaying nature of the desert itself. What with, wow, these, alright, that's it. We're giving up. We're just gonna go and beat these things to death. Even after putting brilliance on our characters, they're just not having anything to do with our spells. Maybe we can sense aura and see if they have any special magic resistances, because that was quite uncanny. Resistant to cutting and resistant to smashing. Otherwise, no, they should be a relatively weak enemy. Why would a skeleton be resistant to smashing? That's very anti-typical skeleton lore. Oftentimes skeletons are definitely resistant to slashing weapons, but weak to crushing weapons. Also, does that mean that weapons all have a different type of damage? Like, I would assume that just corresponds to swords, hafted, and what have you. Hafted perhaps being the crushing weapons, or is it specific to the weapon itself? Because not all hafted weapons are blunt objects. The axes and polearms aren't. Just seems like another layer of complexity to Aidyn Chronicles that largely goes unused, or at least unknown to the player. For instance, we had no reason to formulate a strategy around the usage of a specific weapon type due to the resistance or weakness of the enemy that we were striking with it. Well, we will become superpowered over EXP monsters anyway. I mean, why not just give everyone 50 stamina? That'll definitely ensure they can take even more of a beating. It's a lot of stamina everyone has. Looks like it costs 10,000 now to raise it by 1 point. Wait a minute. But endurance costs 11,000. That's still quite high. We should raise Godric's endurance. The endurance would have been cheaper because he's down at 20. 20. However you say that number. 20. Alright, we've been granted access to the lower parts of the ravine. May our passage be swift, and avoiding things like that to our left. Surely this has to be where Maxon is, right? It was difficult enough to gain access to this location. And as we know, all hermits live in difficult to get to places. so that roaming adventurers have to scour the land before they find them and learn their secret hidden techniques. Typically speaking. There's a lot of... I didn't expect all these different passages down here. I guess this ravine is more complicated than I thought. We don't care too much, though. We just want to find that one part of it that had the weird stone roof. See if there's anything actually over there. Oh. Hello? It's the blind one! You know, Lee Sin, the blind monk. This guy actually looks kind of terrifying. Can we get a close-up of him? He's just turning to look at us, so I can't actually get like a good view of him. Maybe if we move here and angle the camera. Yeah, kind of. It's a little better that way. Hey, what is up with his mouth? Is he parched? Is his mouth sewn shut? That's a terrifying thought. Let's just talk to the old timer.
Yeah, hello. Who is it? Who is there?
Have no fear, sir. I mean no harm.
You do not sound Jandar. Are you human?
Yes, I am. What are you doing out here in the canyon? It seems a dangerous place for a blind man.
There is danger of some sort in nearly every place, but I suppose someone as young sounding as you has not learned that yet. Oh well, I was once that young too.
But how do you survive here all alone?
There is a Jandar woman named Shole who checks in on me from time to time. She wants to learn about the humans, and so I tell her. In exchange, she helps me find food and herbs, and reads to me when I find something I think might be worth reading.
How does he find anything worth reading?
But why are you, a human, out here in the Jandar's desert?
I'm looking for something.
Not a blind man, I suppose. Never mind then. What is it that you seek exactly? What and why?
I can't explain now. A weapon. I want to slay a monster. I'm after the Kynan horn. Well, we certainly are after the Kynan horn, so we'll just tell them that.
The horn? I have wandered this dusty canyon for years, and though I am blind, still I see much. There's only one reason other than foolishness that anyone would brave that barrow.
Then you could help.
I could help you, I think. The question becomes now, should I help you? You stir old memories and awaken old fears in me.
Don't be afraid. I assure you my intentions are good.
So you say, so you say. Tell me then, why do you seek the Horn of Kynan?
Zaratas asked me to find it. It's a test. Do you know how to get me a true name? I think... Didn't Zaratas kind of asked us to find it, so we'll go with that one.
The Emperor? I am blind, boy, but even I could sense your gaze turning from me when you spoke. The tremor in your voice told me you are not telling me everything. Why do you seek the aid of a ruler who has no love for humans?
I don't like to talk about it. Most people fear me when I tell them.
I already fear you, my boy, but I will not let that fear keep me from the truth I think I have already guessed. Please tell me.
Do you know how to give me a true name?
That I cannot grant you, but I can remove the obstacles that may prevent it. You have been haunted by some creature, have you not? Has a shadowy ghost-like thing been following you?
Yes. Yes, it has.
Ah, it is as before. It is all as before, at last. Listen to me now, my boy. This is important. You must listen to me. At all costs, do not fight this creature. It is a part of you. You are the half, if you will.
I sense that. Teach me. I should get going. Yeah, we sensed that.
Before you can get your true name, you must merge with your spirit self. This would have happened had you received your true name.
But how? This creature, my spirit self, it doesn't always come around, and when it does, it hurts me to approach it.
Yes. This is exactly as before. There was a man not much older than you, who also had no true name. He also had a spirit self following him. I was foolish and arrogant. I did not see the significance, did not make the connections. I failed to have him merge, and he ultimately went mad.
Must be talking about Mago.
I paid the price for my folly with my eyesight, him with his mind. The people of Terminor, well, many of them paid with their lives. Ever since then, I have tried to figure out what went wrong. Have you been to Terminor? Once it was almost destroyed by a nameless one gone mad. For years I wandered the desert searching for clues. When I found an old text or carvings, Shola, bless her, would read them to me. After years of research, I have the answer, my boy. Finally, I can redeem myself for my past failures. I discovered an incantation which allows you to merge safely with your spirit self.
Oh, really? Yeah, teach me.
Teach you I shall. But first, learn ye where the horn is hidden.
Thank you. Fearzel? Apparently this guy's name is Fearzel. Fearzel? Not that he introduced himself. How the heck did we know that? Thank you, Fearzel. I'm very grateful.
Thank me not, boy. Just succeed. Succeed in your quest. You must recover the horn from Lugash. To get to Lugash, you must defeat his 7 captains and take their gifts. Once you have taken all their gifts, you must return the gifts to the giver. Then you can open the home of Lugash and defeat him. For that you will need the sword of...
Oh my goodness, how long does it keep going?
For that you will need the sword of Loden. It is the only weapon that can defeat him. You will find the sword hidden in the well at the Maxon ruins at the end of the canyon. The well used to be a fountain, but has long been crumbled in decay. Be wary. The sword may be guarded. Follow the well to the bottom, then open the hidden door, find the key. That's very important now. There's a second door, also hidden. The key will help you.
But Zeratis told me not to go there. Alright, couple things. The blind one is Fearzel, not Maxon. Maxon is not the ruins next to Terminor. Apparently, that is just some ruins that I still am going to say are Jundarian. Maxon is a ruinous remains of a city in the desert.
Zeratis told...
Oh, whoops. But Zeratis told me not to go there.
He did he? Why, that deceitful old king. Perhaps he secretly hopes you will fail.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Maxon and Ugarit were ancient enemies, my boy. Zeratis' pride may be working against you. Go to Maxon and get the sword if you are to succeed. Do not heed Zeratis' false advice on the sword. You will need it.
Thank you, Fearzel. Is there any way I can repay you?
Just find your name, boy. If you succeed in that, then my life shall at last have meaning, and all I have done shall not be in vain.
I'll find my name. Of that, you can be sure. I will find it.
Good luck to you, my boy. Remember, get the sword first. It is Lugash's only weakness. Now, let us begin.
Begin? Begin with what? You can only teach Shield, which is odd, and Merchant 7? Thanks, old man? That's not really useful to anyone, is it? I mean, possibly we could give Rita a bit of shield, but she spent all her EXP on that sweet, sweet stamina. Well, maybe we'll come back. Wow, that was a lot of data to take in. Definitely more useful than the information we were getting from Zeratis. So, Fearzel here has told us that we need the Sword of Light or something. I might be remembering the exact name wrong, but the some holy sword in order to defeat Lugash. The 7 keys are starting to make more sense. The 7 keys are probably 7 items from the Whites at the Barrow, and we need to take those 7 items and then give them to Lugash. That was actually what the book in Ugarit was mentioning when it was talking about giving the gifts back to the giver, or something like that. So truly, we must... Well, originally, I guess it's a good thing we didn't go to the Barrow first thing, because before we can even do any of that, according to Fierzel, we need to go to the ruins of Maxen and acquire this sword, because otherwise Loden, or sorry, not Loden, Lugosh can't be defeated, except without the sword. Also, Fierzel has told us that he will teach us a spell, allowing us to merge with our other self, but for some reason he didn't teach it to us. I suppose we have to come back and talk to him after obtaining the golden horn? Do we even need the horn anymore? That's the disconnect that I'm getting at here, or not getting at, but coming to. We're doing all this nonsense basically to placate Zeratis. Well, and in a sense, we were hoping that the dragon inside the Horn of Kynan would be able to give us a name. Well, oh, okay, never mind. I just answered my own question. Okay, so we need the Horn of Kynan to get a name, but we don't actually want to go through the naming ceremony until we've merged with our spirit, because apparently we can't even get a name until the spirit is merged. So we need to get the horn, not ask the dragon for a name yet. Instead, go back to Fierzel, ask him to teach us the ritual, or maybe he already taught it to us and the game is just being super unclear on that. Ask him to teach us the ritual that allows us to combine with the spirit. Combine with the spirit. Also, heaven knows where the spirit is right now, because it really does just kind of wander around aimlessly. Then play the horn, get the dragon, get her name, and all is well in the world, right? We avoid the total destruction of all humanity and other races. Seems like a win-win. Oh, whoa. Why did Godric just do 40 damage to a skeleton? That's insane. It's that warrior skill, man. Godric the warrior. Oh, I don't know why I skipped Alaron's turn. Could have been throwing all the things. Ugh, it's gonna take like 2 or 3 more. 2 or 3 more? 2 or 3 more. 2 or 3 more. Good enough. Godric, we probably will never get you to be useful. That is so much stamina. Or sorry, endurance. That we can just plant down on our characters without really being worried about it. Alright, so the difference in HP with Godric right now is probably largely due to the level difference between himself and the other characters. He is about... oh gosh. Like... almost 2 million EXP behind the other characters. That is a lot of EXP. Guys, we have fought so many things that Alaron has 2,791,708 EXP. That is a lot of battling. That being said, I don't know if there's really any other useful spells to learn here. Solar Wrath is interesting, but not really something we're seriously going to use. Especially getting it this late in the game. I was a little disappointed. There weren't any scholars in Ugarit that taught us Starlight magic. Were there? There was like one lady who sold scrolls. Wow, can we even get down here? I'm really hoping these are the ruins of Maxen. I think we're at that place. Yeah, we're at that place that that we initially came down here for to begin with. Wait, what? I didn't see those skeletons, but apparently they saw us. Well, with any luck, they'll be more susceptible to being lit on fire than those pesky skeleton archers. Good grief. Yeah, this is definitely going better. Yeah, I think it's funny. We just came down here because there was that weird roofing that we were walking on. Now that we've finally gotten here, we inadvertently and accidentally made all the right choices. We ran into Fearsel, and now, I mean, these look like ruins, right? I'm hoping they're ruins. It's a beautiful thing when they all fall down like dominoes. Not enough range. What is this, a Stone Age? I should finish him off. Three malls. Yeah, I can't angle the camera up, but I'm almost certain this is what we were looking down into at the top of the chasm. Brenna successfully picked the log. Huh? Whoa! What? All right. Gonna fight some skeletons again. Oh, guess who has control zombie? It's going to be another relevant spell in this fight, isn't it? Or is it? Actually, no, we don't want to control zombie, because if we do, we'll choke the number of reinforcements that can come into the fight. Ah, that is so annoying. So instead, we'll have to finish the zombies off one by one, and then when the last 4 come out, we can cast Control Zombie. I mean, do we cast Brilliance? I suppose we do. With this many reinforcements coming in, it's probably more efficient and quicker in the long run. Maybe. I will say one thing, we've at least been sent on quite the wild goose chase of a quest, or perhaps it's not really going to end in catching a goose, but, well, not that that's what the phrase means. What I mean is, we will probably find what we're looking for at the end, but there are a lot of steps to get there. Again, I'm just grateful that we found Fearsel. If we hadn't, probably would have been running around that barrow not knowing why we couldn't kill Lugash. Which would have been a big pain. We got 2 plague zombies here. You know, we might actually just control them and kill the little ones. I know I was worried about gumming up the reinforcement counts, but I think it's probably worth it. Plague zombies are just such a pain to kill. Plus, they'll fight for us, right? That'll kind of speed things up. Alright, Godric, time for another 40 HP backstab. Well, 21. That's not too too terrible. Nice. Zombie kills zombie. I feel like that's a bad 80s song. Alright, so all we need to do now is kill this smaller zombie and then control the 2 remaining plague zombies, and then we're good to go. Why can't I swap over to the other one? Oh, because he's over there. So we found a wand of persuasion, right? That must be incredibly powerful, depending on how often it works. It's probably a good thing they didn't give you an actual just straight persuasion spell. Otherwise, you could just go through the game charming everything. Of course, if what they say about wands regaining their charges if you equip them and unequip them, then could be that it functions just the same. Oh, this is pretty. It's moving very quickly. I don't know if that's supposed to be sand or a ghostly aura. Brenda successfully picked the lock. Oh boy, another dungeon. Wow, there's a lot of locks that need picked here. Oh, you know, Fearsel said something about 2 secret doors, didn't he? He said that there was 1 secret door, and then a key, and another secret door. So that's probably relevant here. Wow, look at this. Now, skeleton archers are completely susceptible to fireball. I don't know what's going on. That one doesn't even deem us worthy of his death animation. He just stands there and says, "Okay, I'm dead." I would say it's safe to say, I think we are probably in the ruins of Maxon. Godric, buddy, you were making Guernia proud with the way you're using that sword today. Seriously, buddy. Three more archers. Oh, well. Can't win them all. Well, I don't know if Alaron striking that one matters, does it? Okay, I want to check something, see if Godric has gained any innate points. It doesn't look like he has. I'm trying to test that theory if you gain points automatically, and I'm not seeing any of his skills go up, although it could just be too early, or it could be just that's a complete rumor. Who knows? All I know is it has been another great day of recording. I think we're going to wrap it up there. Having done quite a bit, talked to Zeratus, found Fearsel, looking for some magical sort of light to slay Lugosh. Thank you for watching today. Hope you had fun. If you like what we're doing, or what I'm doing, feel free to check Lepsis and I out on pleaseinsertcd.com. You can find a link to that below the video. You can see other reviews of games we've done, leave us a comment, or, I don't know, call us the color blue because you feel like being random. At any rate, Thank you. Have a good one. See you in the next one.